Hey, all my plant parents, how's it going today? Hopefully you guys are doing really well. Marcia and I want to say hello, welcome, and we're so happy that you're joining us on Wet Our Plants. So today we are going to film a video for you about our top 5 most favorite plants right now and our least favorite plant. So those are always interesting.
The least favorite plant of the moment we'll share as well. They, like we said before, your favorites always change, and that goes for your least favorites too, I find, because as we talked about it before, they're always growing and changing or doing other things. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So today we're gonna start with my top 5. So I'm gonna start with my number 5. As you can see behind me, touching me here, is my big Boston fern. He's been with me for probably 4 or 5 years. He's just ginormous and has grown so big. I've over the years got to repot him 3 times. So this is his 3rd pot that he's been in since he's been in my home. Really happy plant. He just adds so much lush greenery to a space. And as you've heard me talk about how I like touching my plants, touching a Boston fern's leaves and just feeling, I don't know, it's satisfying to me.
Unless they're crispy like my Boston fern and you touch their leaves and they all fall off. So,
well, and you know what, talking about being crispy, these plants being a fern are one of those ones that you do want to keep their soil kind of moist, and sometimes I'll even mist him. Not often, but he does sometimes get a little mist to him too to help keep him moist. But definitely he's a weekly check his soil daily, or even more, but he gets watered all the time, every week for sure. He's not one of those ones I ever let sit to dry, because they do like to be a little bit more humid and stuff. Now, Boston ferns, they will get underneath, or sometimes if they get crispy, like mine, I just saw one come out. Oh yeah, you'll get these underneath. I shake them, as you can see, I'm shaking him like this. And my floor, I'm gonna have to sweep after. That's kind of normal. But again, we've always talked about getting some of that dead stuff off. It helps save your plant the other energy. Then look at this guy. He sticks up nice and tall on his own. Like, these are nice, long fronds.
I can't wait to show you guys my Boston fern.
She's got a punk rock Boston fern. I can't wait to show him you.
Out of all the beautiful ferns we could pick, we were shopping at Walmart one day, and Marcia's like, you need to get a Boston fern. And I said, okay. So we went and we were looking, because there was a ton of them. And the one I picked, a lot of them look like really nice, like this, that where your foliage just kind of laying over. The one I chose did not. It had its foliage standing straight up.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's really cool. Not only is it standing straight up, but it is like a mohawk, I swear.
Yeah.
Because it's straight up, but where at the sides you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put a picture in maybe.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this guy, been with me for a long time, but right now, definitely in my top 5. It's, as you can see, a lot of this stuff at the top is new growth. And when I talk about the new feelings of that, you can see they start to unfurl still, this guy, and they're a different texture. They're softer and, I don't know, a different texture. It's pretty cool. So, all right. So we're going to move on to our number 4, which is another plant.
1 second.
Oh,
just wanting to let you guys know that we are at Marcia's, so you're gonna see splits in the video, because we're gonna go and film at my place next. Just didn't want to bring all my stuff to her house, and vice versa, because some of them are a little big. So just letting you guys know that's gonna happen.
okay.
So now we're at my house, and I'm going to show you my number 5. So,
all right, here we go, right here.
So my number 5 is this guy right here, which is called Calathea rattlesnake, or lancifolia, Calathea lancifolia. And as you can see, I love this plant so much because of the markings on the leaves.
And again, the color, we talk about those different colors. Look at how dark it is underneath, and then those markings are so unique. They're like little teardrops coming down the sides of their leaves. There's little, I love it. It's so cool.
Yeah, so if you look Whoa, dirt's coming out, but that's okay. But yeah, it's a really pretty plant. And this one actually lives in my basement, and it needs higher humidity and a little bit more water than some of the other ones, but it likes it down in the medium heat.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Medium heat, medium light.
Medium light. And he does well down here. He's happy down here. And you're lucky because it's like the humidity down here is decent, right? So.
Yeah. So a little story about him actually is I wanted him really bad, and I drove all the way to Tabor. I said to my daughter, Maddox, we're going on a planting adventure. And she said, what? And I said, we're going to go get a rattlesnake Calathea because I wanted one so bad. But I found a lady in Tabor that sells them out of her home. So that's where I found him. So we drove to Tabor.
And he's cool. Like, look how full he is. Like, he's a big, lots of leaves coming out of there.
He was 4 plants, and I planted them together.
All together. Smart. Yeah,
so.
He looks really, really good. Yeah, nice and full and healthy and doing really good. So he's awesome. Beautiful.
Yeah. So that's my number 5.
That was Tamsin's number 5. So now let's talk about my number 4, which is going to be the lipstick plant. Now this in particular, the lipstick plant of mine, he is also a plant that I've had for, gosh, 5-6 years. He's huge. And if we can get there, look at, he's blooming.
Oh yeah, so pretty.
Like so pretty. And you can understand why these are called lipstick plants. Like it does look like a little tube of lipsticks, especially when they are beginning to bloom. They're really cool. So Tam, what did you say this actual in particular Bella plant was called?
Well, this one is the lipstick Bella, we believe.
Yeah.
So you can tell this one might look a little bit different than some of the ones that you're going to see pictures of, because Marcia has it really close to a window, and it's getting a little sun stress actually on the leaves. So the leaves are turning this kind of
almost like a purpley
burgundy color. Yeah,
burgundy color. Now this plant, like Tam says, it's in my window, and as you see, I have him on a macrame hanger, and by holding, like, he's got long, like they touch quite long, so he's quite long. By the way, Tam and I also macrame, so there's one of them. But anyways, he does, I've always kept him in the sun. Every now and then, because of the hanger, I will give him a little, like a half turn, and that's where you'll see some of those leaves. But it is, I kind of like how, oh, that one's okay. But some of the bottoms will get
that cool color.
That purpley.
Yeah, like this one's really nice.
Really like purpley, burgundy kind of color. Yeah, it is. Pretty. And like you can see, he's still happy and healthy, and he's okay. Yeah. So that one is my top 4.
And lipstick
my number 4.
Super, they're easy because they like to dry out between their waterings, and they don't mind being in the bright light, or even not a lower light, but medium light situation. But they will bloom if you put them in a brighter light, though. So
okay, so we're very carefully gonna look at how long, all the way down. Get that off your lap. Okay.
There you go.
All right, so on to Tamsin's number 4.
Okay.
And we're back. Okay.
Are we?
I don't know. Ready?
Yeah. My number 4, this is my number 4. So this one is called...
So cool.
Yeah, a philodendron. And it's actually a philodendron pedatum.
Yeah, pedatum.
Something like that. But this one is called a Rudolph. And this is the reason why I bought this plant actually to begin with. So if you can see the leaves, they're really cool. It's
very cool.
Similar leaves. To the Florida.
Like so full, like they're just very unique shape to them, right? It's so cool.
And then this one is climbing up a pole right now while having a pole kind of hold it, because or else he'll fall over.
Yeah.
But the reason I bought this plant and I loved it so much is because of the name of it. It reminds me of my grandpa.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
His name was Rudolph. So now every time I look at this plant, I think of my grandparents.
Oh, see, that is a cool story. So, that's awesome. Yeah, I love it.
So that is the Philodendron Rudolph. And this one he's a little bit harder to come by.
I don't see too many of these guys that often. You're right, absolutely.
But you treat him just like any other philodendron. You just water him when he's dry. He likes medium to indirect bright light. I actually have him upstairs on my mantle, on my fireplace, and he is putting out a new leaf here and another new leaf right there. So he's kind of hard to hold up because he's just kind of wonky
Wobbly
looking.
and he goes all everywhere. But
yeah, so he is my number 4.
he is a very, very cool plant. I love, and like the side, like those are big leaves. Not only are they cool shapes, but nice big leaves.
Apparently people with that plant will put little googly eyes and a red nose on them at Christmas time because they're called Rudolph.
Aww. Well, that's cute. I like that.
Yeah, I think that's actually how it got its name too.
Probably.
From the shape of its
I can see that. Yeah.
So
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was Tamsin's number 4. Now we're back for my number 3. So I actually want to talk about this guy that's sitting in front of me here. So I'm going to lift him up for you guys to see. He's actually just a little baby Norfolk Island pine, they're called. Now you'll see a lot of these ones in like your stores at Christmas time, of course, because you can tell that he looks kind of like a Christmas tree. My daughter, she likes to name some of our plants. This guy's name apparently is Dakota. So he's been with me only for not quite a year yet. I've been looking for one because I did have one earlier, a big one that my mom, it's a tradition, every Christmas she gives my sister and I a tree of some kind, right? A Christmas tree of some kind. So I have had a bigger one that you do see come out at Christmas time, and they do come out in all kinds of sizes. But I kind of lost him. He didn't make it through the Christmas season. I don't know if he was already dry on the way out when he came to me, but I don't know what happened. So I actually was very happy to find one, not in season, so to speak, and as a baby, because this is what I wanted.
So we found them at the same time.
Yeah.
I bought mine at the same time as her.
And they're so cool, you guys. Again, you hear me talk about the textures. He's soft, and you can see all the new little growth coming. And when I water him, like he's another one that I kind of, well, the top is dry, but if you push down, he's moist. And when I do water him, I pour very slowly right out of my watering can right over top of his leaves so that they get moist and everything too. And look at how happy it's just like nice and springy,
if
bouncy.
You guys see this though on the bottom of the Norfolks, you just don't worry about it because of the fact that they all do that. The lower ones will get dry sometimes and fall off, and that's just normal. Yeah,
it is pretty good normal. So again, he's happy. I'm really glad to find a baby one just to start growing on my own. These guys will get they can get quite big, like up to 6 feet or so tall. So, well, hopefully, we'll see. We're gonna have to find a new corner for him, but otherwise, that's my top 3 right now. Pretty cool. Off-season little Christmas tree looking guy, but again, brings such a cool look into your plant collection in your home though too, right?
More of a foresty kind of vibe.
Yeah, and I kind of like the forest kind of vibe for sure. So absolutely. All right, Tamsin's number 3.
Hi. So number 3 for me is the black Pagoda Lipstick plant.
I love this one.
And the reason I chose this is because actually it's flowering for me. So if you guys can see, these flowers are different than the other lipstick plants. These are they start a lot in a lime kind of color, then they go to yellow, and then the red ends on them. It's just, they're really, really neat.
Yeah.
And not only that, but when it's not flowering, the foliage is so pretty because if you can see, the back sides are kind of a purpley,
like in a pattern of the leaves veins, right? But so you can really see them from behind for sure.
And then if you look at the front too, you can see the veining as well. So this one is just really, really striking.
Good word for it. Absolutely, it's definitely, you notice him for sure.
Yeah, so
very cool.
He's hanging up in west facing window upstairs, and he really likes that. He likes the bright light, and I water him when he's dry, and he seems to be fine.
Doing just fine, and he's got some new growth coming. Nice shiny leaves, really cool plant, nice and bouncy. And those are so cool. I didn't realize, because I've had my lipstick plant for so long. I didn't realize that they bloomed to different colors, like different kinds like this. So that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have just a regular lipstick plant upstairs, and it has the red ones, but not like this.
Yeah.
That's why I love that so much.
Yeah.
So
very, very cool. Awesome.
Yep, and that one was actually found right in Brooks at the Brooks greenhouse.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
They always have such good variety in there. They really do.
Price, really good price.
Yeah.
I think I paid like $25 for it.
Ooh,
something
nice.
like that.
Really good price. Yeah.
So
awesome.
yeah, so that was my number 3.
Okay.
We're gonna have to put like some of these.
I know. Okay, number 3 time for me. So, oh no, now we're on to number 4. So my number 4, I'm just gonna move this guy ahead, is actually a fishbone cactus, it's called. So check this guy out. Look at him.
Was that your 4 or your 2?
Oh, I'm done. Yeah, we're going backwards again.
Yeah.
We're counting down to the number 1. I'm now on number 2. Here we go. So, fishbone cactus. Look at this guy. You hear me talk about different, like, look at this, how cool. It's an actual, you can follow the zigzag how it grows. It's so neat to look.
And then some are like drooping over too, which
so,
is
really
neat.
neat and actually really normal too. But I am pretty proud of how this guy is standing pretty tall on his own, because
I'm shocked actually this one is, because most of mine are just floppy.
yeah, he's doing really good.
over.
And as you can see, like, he's just in terracotta pot, but he is planted in with, I have him half and half of my normal use a premium potting mix, and that, but I do have the cactus mix, half and half cactus mix in here, because you are going to want to make sure there's good drainage in here. But otherwise, like, he's doing really good. He gets a little bit of indirect light. He probably could handle more light, but right now I'm pretty proud of him. And like I said, look at how cool and tall he is. And
yeah, but he's standing like just straight up.
Again, and look at that different like variation that he brings to your plant collection again, right?
Absolutely.
Like it just, they stand out when you bring in different colors, shapes, or like the textures and stuff. So
well, all the leaves that you've shown are just so different.
Yeah, and I think I don't realize it, but when Tam started getting me to think about what my top 5 are, I didn't realize that I was choosing some of the ones that are all different, but it kind of makes sense, right? So, okay, so Tam's gonna talk about her number 2 as we get ready for our favorites right now. All right.
So my number 2, this one's got a story behind him.
Oh, he's cool. Ready for this, guys? Look at that.
So this is called an angel, or they call him angel wing, but it's a begonia, and it's a begonia maculata, polka dot plant. This one, it doesn't have the polka dots like some of the other ones have, but if you look at how big this plant is, you guys.
Yeah.
So what happened with this plant is it's a survivor.
Yes.
And that's why it's my number 2. Because he sits up on a desk just above my staircase. You can actually look over the ledge to look down the stairs. And one morning, all of a sudden I hear this crash, and the wind was so strong, and I had my window open upstairs. It blew this one, angel wing. It blew this one over, and it fell I thought to its death, but it didn't die.
Thankfully.
It was like on the 12 steps down, I think is what I counted.
Wow.
And it only broke off a couple. There's a couple spots where it got broken, like right here it broke, and there was a couple other little places.
Yeah.
But it didn't break too much. And it still looks like this. It's beautiful. And actually, I'll maybe put a picture in of it when it bloomed, because remember when it bloomed?
Yeah,
it had like really pretty little white blooms.
Exactly. So cool. It's such a cool plant. And I do like the space it takes up. Like, it's just a regular pot, but look at how wide it spreads out and goes out. And I like you can see from the back, new babies growing right from the dirt down in there. So that's awesome too. Some
people struggle with the begonias to keep them alive because they do like humidity. This one isn't as bad, I don't think, as some of them, but they are ones that like higher humidity, as well as to keep their soil kind of, I find it likes it to be moist, because if you don't keep it moist, it gets really grumpy fast, and it starts dropping its leaves right away. So
well, and in my experience, any kind of begonias, they don't like direct light, all light, either sun. So
Yeah.
He's doing really good. Look at how bright that is, you guys. And such a cool looking leaf. Again, we talk about those varieties and everything that it brings to your collection and things like that. They just stand out, right? So very, very cool. I can understand why he's in your top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Being a survivor and all,
he's
too.
a survivor. I can't believe it. I'm surprised it didn't just all break apart.
No kidding.
So.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, so he's my number 2, and that's the reason why, is because he did take a tumble down the stairs. So it happens.
Yep, we all need a little extra care sometimes. He got his and he's handling it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And when you have animals, kids, or
Mother Nature flips through. Yep.
Exactly. Sometimes things happen to our plants. Like I just picked up my string of hearts upstairs. I had a little one, and I picked it up off the ground, and I had to repot it into because it got all broken up. So,
poor guy.
Yeah, that was from the cats.
Yeah, cats. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, my number 1 at the moment. So Tam's gonna hand it to me. It's another one that we have in this is one of the macrame things we have, and I've got it in a different color. I love not only my macrame, the green, but this guy, I like the green because he's in this pot as a Transcendia tricolor, and he's a little one. And look at the colors. I love the way the green hanger with the black pot just makes that color pop. I have him up in a window where he gets quite a bit of indirect light. He's pretty happy, and he's just so pretty.
It's really delicate. Like the leaves are super delicate, but it is such a pretty plant, you guys. Like it just
I know, and like look at how bright that different color variation is. Like you get that nice beautiful purple, that beautiful green, but then that creamy yellow that just makes it all just stand out and pop. So
do you let this one water out or dry out between waterings, or what? Do you keep him kind of moist?
Yeah, I keep him kind of moist. Like, well, not moist. He's the one that I'll check regularly, and honestly, I do end up watering him every week, really. But again, he's one that I'll just put my finger in. Oh, he's pretty wet right now, but yeah, I just check him. If it's, a good inch of that top layer is dry, I know that he needs some. It's not a really deep pot or anything, so that top inch dry, you'll know it's time to actually. And he'll droop too. Like right now he's nice and perky, but he's just one of those plants that he'll almost tell me he gets droopy. These ones they just go over and close up a little bit, I guess. And so he'll let me know when he does need more water. So.
You gotta love those ones.
So number 1, isn't he pretty? I love him. Easy right now. So hopefully he stays happy. So yeah.
Very pretty.
All right, Townsend's number 1.
So my number 1, and this one also comes with a story. It's really big, so I'm going to pick it up, and then we're going to have to put it probably back down.
He's
again.
So cool, though.
But
look at this! Oh my gosh!
He doesn't
you guys see how big he is?
This is called a Limelight Dracaena. Can you see me?
She's in there. She's in there.
This one here, maybe we can set it here, Marsh.
Oh, put it down in between.
So
there we go.
If you can see this, it's
big?
darker, and then it goes lighter to the top.
Yeah.
So it kind of has this lime colored at the top. The leaves are like this chartreuse kind of color, which is super pretty.
Yeah.
And so the story behind this guy, and you guys might have watched the video when I actually picked him up.
Yes.
I just about drove off the road because I was so excited about this plant. It was ridiculous. But so I had gone into botanicals, and that's a plant store in Medicine Hat, and the lady there, her name was Danny, and she's the manager or something there, and she was talking to me about this plant because I'm like, that's such a pretty plant.
Yeah.
And she's like, I call it my boyfriend plant, and I don't know exactly if she said it was her boyfriend plant because she loved it so much, or if it was because she did tell me she wanted to take it home, and I didn't know if her boyfriend was going to kick her out with the plant, and it was her boyfriend plant that way. I'm not really sure how the story went, but I did tell her when she called it her boyfriend plant. I'm like, I'm gonna steal your boyfriend, I said. And I did. I went and I bought him, and I named him Eric.
Oh,
so his name is Eric. I don't know why. I
love it.
That came to mind with him. So this is my Limelight Dracaena Eric.
And he's beautiful, like you said, this bright, beautiful color that you get. Like even just, you can see the darker foliage and greens behind us. This just stands out. And then of course, the Tam's got it placed upstairs that you see it right away too when you walk into her house. And it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. It's such a good find, this nice little boyfriend plant.
Yeah, it really is. Eric was a great find.
He was a great find.
And super easy too, like the Dracaenas.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to water them a whole lot. They actually like to really dry out and then water them.
Yeah.
He doesn't really need to be where he's at for lighting, which I have him at an indirect bright light, but he doesn't need to be there. He could be in a medium light too.
Yeah, he would be okay. Yeah,
you got to be a little bit careful though with the lighting, I think, with them, because you can put them in too bright of light and then they burn their leaves.
It would make sense again that especially with this lighter foliage to it, it would probably get that sunburnt or deepen those brown it up. But this one, it's obviously very happy where he is. He's so nice and bright. He's awesome. Happy. I love him.
Yeah, so now we got
cool.
I know we got to learn how to propagate him. So
yes, we do.
Cut him up a little bit because he's pretty big, and I think there's about 3 stalks in there.
And and you can see here, like I don't want to, you can't lift it or anything, but inside these stalks, it's like more leaves and stuff are coming. Yeah. So it's really cool. Yeah, he's a very, very happy plant.
So Eric, he wins number 1.
I can understand why. Yep. Yeah, definitely.
So.
All right, so those, we're back. Okay, we'll try that again. Let's
get back.
And we're back. All right, so those were our top 5. So right now, I want to talk about my least favorite at the moment, okay? All right, so here we go. This might surprise some people because it is a beautiful plant. Look at this, and
it's even giving off new growth.
And nice really long like vining plant that it is. This is a Monstera adansonii, right?
Adansonii.
Yeah. So he's smaller than your traditional. Like I got a big one in the back corner there. A little bit different variations on his leaves completely. Like there's the holes that are right. They refer this to like almost like a Swiss cheese plant, right? Yeah. Look at that one.
That's fenestrations is what they're called. So, but yeah, it's a unique looking plant for sure.
Yeah. And again, talking about trailing, which brings, again, we talk about filling your space with the different varieties. However, the reason why it's my least favorite is that he is needy. This one, I have to check him every other day. We just talked about with my top 1 that they let you know. This guy, you can tell, when he needs it, he looks sad to me. He droops and so far I don't see any color changing or anything, but I'm checking this one and dealing with him like every couple days it seems. So that's why he is definitely what I'm saying kind of my least favorite right now. A lot of my plants sometimes they get I don't want to say neglected, but they don't get near as much attention as this guy's requiring. So
yeah, and that happens, especially when you have a ton of plants that you need to pay attention to. Sometimes you get neglected a little, and you got to deal with it. Yeah, you just got to deal with it.
And that's just it. I do want to deal with it because I don't want to see this one go. I've actually even had cuttings off of this and do have some propagating as well because it is a very unique, cool plant, and I am happy to share them. But yeah, very needy. Look at his little baby coming out, little just starting.
My plants actually like this have some brown on the leaves and stuff too. So
and see, he's up on a shelf. He gets indirect light, a good 6 hours of 6 to 8 hours of indirect light all day. So I think he's the one. If you did have him in direct light, he's too sensitive for that. I think that's
what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a little too much light for him.
Generally, like what I have found in my own personal use, like leaves like this one that are thin and delicate, they just don't seem to handle that really bright light. The ones that are sturdier, thicker, and I guess, that's probably why your succulents do so well in the full sun, right? Like they're just made for that. So yeah. So here I'm gonna put him down. Cool guy, but it's very, very needy. So least favorite at the moment.
Just because he requires attention.
Yeah.
No one's got time for that.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So Marsha's actually going to show you guys in our very first video ever my least favorite that I sent home with her because he was looking super sad and just not doing good at my house. So I sent him home with Marsha, and so she's going to show you his progress because apparently he loves Marsha. But he doesn't love me.
He is so happy.
Here, let's hold him like right up to the camera.
Yeah. He would have definitely been my top 5 for sure, but we were going to talk about him anyway. We talked about him when Tam had him at her house in that first video, and we talked about how they get that silvery, like sheer. I wish you can sort of see a little bit of it, and he's doing well. As you can see, he's been placed right under a windowsill where he gets quite a full day of like kind of indirect light, but happy. He would handle more light for sure if you did want to say put him outside in the summer months. So
east facing window that she has him by, so he's happy.
Yeah, he's doing really good.
It's like so full on top. It's crazy.
Nice and stiff. And you know, these kind of plants we've talked about too, when you're in a store and you're looking for plants, this one is a full pot, and this would be a great one. I can even pull some of his stuff coming out of here because he's just growing so much in on himself. He's doing really great. I'm not going to worry about repotting this guy at all for quite a while though, because he was actually fairly new this spring into this pot, right? So he'll stay in here I won't take him out of here for another year, I think, or so. But look at he's getting his little baby trails happening. And look at that, you guys. Isn't he pretty? Big. And underneath, look at that shine, and there's some little brown ones under there. No big deal. You just take those guys out and he's good to go. So.
Yeah, I'm definitely propagating this sucker once he gets big enough.
You know, and it's cool because these guys propagate really fast and easy too. And again, in my experience, I've used just the water propagation. I'm assuming you could probably put it in dirt as well. You know,
I don't know about this one, but I'm assuming you probably they get roots really quick actually.
Yeah, they really do. So pretty cool. There he is. Ta-da! He's happy and doing well. So
he can stay here.
He's gonna stay for a little while yet. Yeah. All right. So now you have one more to share.
Yep, my least favorite.
Okay, here we go.
Now I get to tell you my nemesis plant.
We get to talk about the least favorite
The least favorite. Right now,
exactly. It changes.
It does.
It really
does. This one's sad looking. So this is my croton. Yeah. I don't know. People say it in different ways. I have a nice one that looks really healthy and stuff, but then I have this one.
Yeah. Then there's
you see him. So so let me tell you the story behind him. There is a story with him too, because he was one of the first plants that I bought, and I didn't know how to take care of him properly, so I definitely overwatered him, and I didn't have him in bright enough light.
Yeah.
And because they want the brightest light you possibly can give them, and I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then he started dropping leaves, like you can see there's
still some in there.
In there.
Some of the
But so the only thing with him, and now I'm not sure if he is my least favorite anymore, because we noticed the other day when we were looking at him, he's giving me 2 new leaves, and I was ready to throw him right in the dumpster. And I'm like, oh, now I can't throw you away because he's
got some new stuff coming.
Yeah, so I moved him to a south-facing window, and I think that was the trick.
Gonna make him happier, yeah. It's really cool. And you know, these guys do, again, offer so much different color and the deep foliage colors. The crotons, they really do. Yeah. And the thing is, they're one of those plants too, with your patience, they will get very, very large as well. They'll get to be a nice big plant, statement piece for sure. You bet.
Most people though, I watch a lot of YouTube, and I watch a lot of people that do plant videos. Well, probably if you do a plant video, I probably watched your video because I watch a lot of them. But anyway, this I find is one of the plants that a lot of people say that they can't grow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here comes my dog, escaped from her kennel.
Hello, Freya, today. Okay, just sit down. We're just about done. I know. Stay.
This is what happens every video when we're at my house.
Yeah.
Chaos. She escaped her kennel.
I heard it even open. Yeah.
Okay, Freya. Yeah, so anyway, least favorite right now, but not sure if it's my least favorite anymore because it is getting those leaves. So
I love how any new leaf, new growth, new blooms, it's always just, so exciting.
It is exciting. It's super exciting. So the one thing that I did want to show you, since Marcia gave you a little update on the Wandering Jew that I gave her, I wanted to give you a little update on this one.
I'm so happy that you're showing this one.
Yeah, so look at how much growth is. See all the pink stuff? That's all new growth.
That is so exciting.
Yes.
That is so cool.
See that? So it's got a bunch of new growth on it, so it's rooted really well, and now it's starting to grow.
I love it. That is so cool.
Yeah, so that one is from our first video. If you guys watched it, first ever video on YouTube. Yeah. Now we're doing our second top 5s for you guys. But yeah, we just thought we'd update you on a couple of the plants that we,
already talked about.
And I just think it's so awesome.
I love their new growth, how it has that really new color like that.
The pink.
So
it's like
pinky.
so pink.
Yeah, I love it.
It likes where it's at in the window, so I just keep it there.
Yep, he's doing really good.